What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Blitz the Books. Mike, it's been a minute, man. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain. Wade, excited here for Super Bowl 59 or Super Bowl licks. I think that's what Gronk called it, isn't that right?
Yep, exactly. Man, it's been a wild couple weeks since I guess it hasn't even been 2 weeks yet in February, but man, we've been on a roll in the Discord. How's your picks been going overall?
Yeah, college basketball's treated us really well lately, Wade. Can't complain, man. I think the last week we're 12-2, so just been killing it. Thankfully, we're kind of treading water there for most of January, but as soon as February's hit, we've just been rolling. So I hope it keeps up, man. We're in the thick of conference play now, so the games are a lot more exciting, and usually that lends to some more player props under, which is one of my specialties in college hoops. So we're kind of a grumpy old man that cheers for a lot of nothing to happen, which is nerve wracking if you're watching college hoops. But hey, who cares? The money, as long as the money's green, right? That's right.
I mean, you're on a beautiful, I believe, 10-2 run right now, man. So keep that going. It's exciting to watch. I've been tailing every single one, so this has been nice.
I
Um,
appreciate it,
man,
man. Yeah.
January was pretty rough for me. I mean, heck, I was even texting you the first start of it. Since January 17th up till now, we've almost profited 30 units. So we've
Boy, dude,
turned the
I know.
corner in a big way. We've
Yeah,
caught
told
fire, and I'm hoping to keep this going for the next 6 months, man. So
Dude, I told you the bounce back was coming. I mean, you're the same guy that only had 2 losing months in 2 years. 2 years. So that's insane. So I mean, you were
yeah,
due to
we
have
did end up having our
eventually. Yeah.
third losing month. Um,
Yeah, we'll forgive you though, dude. 3 losing months in 25 sports betting months is pretty come good. I've actually never heard anything like that. So, hey, props to you, brother. I
yeah,
knew the
when you say
comeback was going to
22
be
of
massive.
25 months, it doesn't sound as it sounds actually a lot better than when you're actually in the middle of trying to grind
Yeah,
out. We had 3 days left in the month to get back to positive and profit a little bit, and the last 3 days just kind of wet the bed a little bit. But ever since
sure.
February, man, we've really the last 3 days of January is the only bad days we've had in that stretch since January 17th. So yeah, man, your
Nice.
uh, your confidence kept me there. I knew the bounce back was coming. I didn't realize it was going to be like this, but knocking on wood because it can flip in a hurry. So I feel like we're reading the board pretty well. We've got a really nice thing going on in the Discord right now, putting out a ton of good picks for a lot of people. So make sure you guys go join us over there, and let's get right into it, man. We're going to talk about two player props each. Well, I guess you've got two player props. I've got a player prop and a game prop, and then we're going to give everybody our sides and totals at the end of this. So stay tuned for that. And we'll jump right into the player props. The first player props was going to be a passing prop and a receiving prop. Mike, I'm going to go ahead and go first here. I'm going to go ahead
Yeah,
and take Patrick Mahomes over 23 and a half pass completions.
gotcha.
He had 24 in their last game head to head. He had 34 in last year's Super Bowl. He did have 21 in the Super Bowl versus Philly, but they also ran very well in that game, which I don't expect to happen in this game. I believe they had 158 total rushing yards in that game. Um, in the Super Bowl versus the Patriots, he had 26, and he also had 26 in the Super Bowl versus the 49ers. I definitely believe he can get to at least 24, 25 here. Um, we might even see 29 on this in this game, maybe even 30. I think they're going to have a really tough time running the ball. And if they can't find success, I just think they're going to do a lot of quick passes. They're going to try to find Xavier Worthy. They're going to try to find Kelsey, obviously. Um, I don't know. It's going to be tough. I do think the Eagles' defense is going to draw some issues, but also what gives me a little confidence in this play is that we saw Daniels and Stafford both go over this in their last two games against the Eagles. So I do think they're going to pressure him at the right time, but I also think they're going to leave a little bit of a soft box. I also think they're going to try to at least keep everything in front of them, not let any explosive plays happen, which can obviously kill them and give the Chiefs points that they don't want to give up. So I do think a lot of small dink and dunks going to happen, and I'm banking on that because that's a 1% play for me. So
Gotcha. Yeah. Dude, I like it. I like your reasoning behind it as well. You check Kansas City. I don't think there'll be a run the ball either on this Eagles massive D line. You got big Jalen Carter in the middle as a run stopping machine. Check Kansas City on the season, Wade. Just to your point here, guess what they rank in yards per rush on the year, next to last in the NFL, just 31st, averaging
okay,
3.9 yards per rush. don't really think they're going to do much against Philly D line that ranks 11th in yards per rush allowed. So, yeah, I think Andy Reid knows. In big games, don't take it out of Mahomes' hands. They'll switch it up every once in a while with Kareem Hunt. Hunt's been a nice comeback story. Pacheco's really done nothing since coming back from the broken leg.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think they're going to have much success on the ground. So because of that, yeah, I'm with you on this one, man. No doubt.
Nice, nice. I appreciate that. Well, what do you got? What's the play you've cooked up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my Bama guys, man. Got to go Smitty, Devontae Smith over. I got over 48 and a half receiving yards. That number's long gone most places. Think you can find 49 and a half at Bet Rivers right now, even 50 and a half somewhere. Any one of those I'm fine with. Just the number's a touch too low here, man. Smitty is the man. He's kind of been banged up here and there this year. Not a stud season as he normally has, but he still went over this line in 10 of his 16 games.
Yep.
He's also gone over this number in 4 of his last 6 outings here. So really, I expect, obviously the Chiefs know they've got to stop Saquon. So I look for Spags to, stack the box early and often here to limit Philly's run game. Because of that, I think it'll open up some deep post patterns here for Smitty. Um, Another reason I like to play, and I get Trent McDuffie's one of the best corners in football, but I think more than likely he's going to be matched up with AJ Brown since AJ's still the top receiver on Philly. That means that Jamari Connor should be lined up on Devontae Smith. Connor's up and coming. He's not bad. He ranks just 57th according to PFF in coverage. So Smitty should be open here early and often. So just hoping Hurts can find him, at least 4 or 5 times there, get us up and over this total. You got any thoughts, my man, on Smitty here? I know a lot of people like it. Kind of makes me a little nervous. A lot of people like it, but
Yeah, when you sent that to me, I was like, "Oh man, a lot of people are liking this play." But no, I mean, I think it's a good one. I think it's going to be a battle between him and Goddard to have a pretty
yeah,
nice game. Um, I've seen people on both Goddard's over and under props as well. So I have not seen a lot of Brown love, but I haven't really taken a ton of look around to see what other people have done. I just say I've seen a lot of Smith because just people in my inner circle. There's like 4 or 5 people that are on this thing, so. But that, hey, the man, great minds think alike. I absolutely believe up to 50 and a half at least. If you get at least the highest you want to take is 50, I think 50 is a solid number. It's 1.5 more yard, 1 yard more yard to get to at least hit 50. Um, I like this. I don't mind if you want to go somewhere like FanDuel, DraftKings, Fanatics, Bet365, put him in a parlay. You could drop his receiving yards probably down to 25, even 40. Um, and still get pretty good odds with something else that you really like. So I think this is a straightable. I think you can drop his yards down and use him as a parlay too. So I would not be afraid to use him multiple times in this game.
sweet. Sounds good to me, man.
Yep, we'll go to the next one here. We got a game prop coming up, and then you're gonna drop a receiving prop here for us. So what are you liking in this? Tell us about it, man.
Yeah, this one here is kind of a tough one. Hard to hit submit on this one. It's very low total. But I went with another Smith. I went Juju Smith Schuster here, under 15 and a half receiving yards. I got it minus 110 over at Caesars. You can actually get better than that right now. There's a few 16 and a half floating around. So it's one of those rare times the market disagrees with me, which makes me a little nervous here. Anytime there's a better number out there that I didn't get, because I bet so early, normally I'm getting the best of it. Anytime I don't, it does make me a little nervous. But I think we're just a lot of people overreact. And Juju had a great game against the Bills. He went off. I think he had 60 receiving yards, which is going off for him. But let's not be fooled here, man. I mean, Juju's not the player he once was. He's solid, but he's not the go-to guy on this Kansas City offense. He still only caught 18 passes during the regular season. So the volume wasn't there all year long. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Andy Reid has some creative ways to keep him involved here. But the emergence of Xavier Worthy, who you talked about earlier, they're making it a point to get Worthy the ball, and understandably so. Kid's got a ton of speed. Also, don't forget Hollywood Brown's back, and he's getting a lot of target share as well. So even though Smith Schuster had a big game against Buffalo, I could see him kind of getting lost to the shuffle here when there's only one football to go around, Big Wade. Got to get Worthy his touches, got to get Brown, got to get Kelsey his touches. We're going to get Kareem Hunt involved in the running game. And even
Hopefully
Noah Gray's
Pacheco.
probably gonna get some targets as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm going under here 15.5. It's kind of scary because he could break away and break this with one reception, but Juju's more of a possession guy anyway. Metrics that'll help you get over get take this under here, maybe get you over the hump as far as if you're on the fence on this. Juju's 11-5 to the under against this line this season, so that's what kind of sold it for me. That trend there, but yeah, definitely a scary one, but I still like it quite a bit.
It's scary, man. It's very scary.
It is.
And I only say that because I do think his over 1.5 receptions is not a bad play.
Mhm.
So the problem is I
Yeah,
don't know if that really contradicts yours. If he could still get two
sure.
catches and still go under 15.
Yeah, just
Um,
depends on if they throw him a couple. If they're like a couple screen passes, then yeah, he could still stay under. But
Definitely think
yeah,
he's getting one
yeah,
reception. So
yeah, they'll get him one just because he's a
it'll
veteran.
be, can he get two? Um, what can he do with
Yep,
those?
yep,
Um, he's kind of shown up in the bigger games, so that's
sure.
maybe one of my bigger worries is that
Yeah,
Andy Reid does kind of get everybody involved. So I guess we'll find out. It's not a bad play. I like fading the fourth or fifth or sixth option on there because I like Pacheco to at least get a couple receptions. They're obviously going to bring in Noah Gray's probably going to get a couple looks.
yep.
Samaje
DeAndre
Perine out of the
Hopkins. Yeah,
backfield's probably going to get at least one look as well, maybe two. So that's a lot of names you start naming out
yeah.
there. So it's not a bad look. I like it. I like it. So I'm going to go over to
Sweet.
mine here.
Let's
I'm
go,
gonna go
Wade.
into a game prop here. I'm gonna give longest field goal in the game to go under 49 and a half.
Okay, I like it.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I looked into the data here a little bit. So Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia Eagles has successfully made a field goal from over 49 and a half yards only one time in 20 games. He hit 49 twice. So he's only gone over this total once in 20 games this season. And then Harrison Butker for the Chiefs has done it twice in the 15 games they've played or he's played. The last being in Week 3 though, so it's been a long time. These two met in two Super Bowls ago, and they both went under in that game. And I just looking at this game, kind of seeing how college played out, kind of seeing how some of these other games are playing out. I it just seems to me like football's going more towards they need to score touchdowns. So I just don't know how many of these chances when they get inside the 40, 50, are they going to kick a field goal or are they just going to go for it, especially if it's on a shorter down? They're definitely going to probably go for it.
Yeah.
Um, so I just don't see them settling for many field goals. And I think if they do, it's probably going to be with inside that. So I definitely like this play a lot. Um, It's one of my bigger plays for this week. So I think the odds I got on that were minus 115. Now I do believe I actually just got a text from a buddy randomly earlier. He said we got a great line on this because he's only seeing 47.5 everywhere now. So
Nice.
if that's all you can get, I still think under 47.5 is a good look. I just don't think I'd go hammer on that. Maybe
Yeah.
a half unit, 1 unit if you want to play it. But you might be able to get a 49.5 somewhere. Make sure you look. He might just not be able to be accessed. I got that at Bet 365. So,
Sure.
um, yeah, I really think this is a good one. I'm sure you probably don't do a lot of field goal stuff. I normally don't. Dabble with some field goal kicking points here and there, and field goals over. So
Right.
this one kind of made sense. I was kind of looking at some of the more random game props that I could find to have a little fun with, and I think I really do like the data on this one.
Yeah, I don't do much with kickers, but yeah, I would agree. Just because what you hit on, Wade, you nailed it. Just the propensity of both these teams to go for it on fourth down, especially Philly. We know if it's 4th and 3 or less, they're going to hammer them with the brotherly shove here with Hurts under center, or they're going to just heck, just toss it to Saquon. He can get those tough yards too. So really, especially Philly and Andy Reid's not afraid to go for it either. Especially on 4th and short. They don't have as prolific of a running game, but he has no problem throwing little screen passes with Mahomes all day long, or even doing a bootleg with Mahomes. Everybody knows Mahomes runs a lot more in the playoffs than he does regular season. So could see him running for a few fourth down conversions as well. Yeah, I would definitely lean that way, man. I did actually play this is kind of a bonus for y'all. I did play a kicking prop. I did play Harrison Butker over 1.5 field goals. I found a rogue line. I hope it's still there. I think it's minus 125 at Valley Bet. If you guys have Valley Bet, I don't know what it's at now, but it was just a because I think it's minus 160 everywhere else. If you have Valley Bet, go grab that. But
It scares me because I just don't want any field goals in this game.
yeah,
Let's just
I think
keep
it'll be
no field
shorter.
goals, man.
Nah, I think that'd be shorter. Yeah,
Let's hope so, because he can definitely drill him.
yeah.
And actually, when I went to go submit this play, I did have this eerie suspicion in the back of my head, like, you know what, this is gonna lose on like the game-winning field goal. Somebody's gonna kick like a 53-yard to win the game, but
I
we'll
don't
see,
think so.
man. I think it's
I don't
gonna
think so.
be. I think this is a really fun prop. Whenever the
Yeah,
kickers come out there, we're gonna be sitting on the edge of our seats. So I'm excited for this one.
definitely.
Let's get into a little mid-show promo here, man.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
sports fans, are you looking for free daily sports betting picks and the hottest promo codes for sports books in your state? Check out eatwatchbet.com, bettersinsider.com, and hellorookie.com, your ultimate one-stop shop for winning sports picks and unbeatable deals. Dive into daily articles packed with expert predictions and tips to help you make smarter bets. Plus, we've got links to exclusive promo codes for every major sportsbook in your state. Why miss out on free money? Don't wait. Visit eatwatchbet.com, bettersinsider.com, and hellorookie.com now and take your sports betting game to the next level. Hit the links in the description, claim your promos, and start betting smarter today. Like, comment, and subscribe for more expert advice and insider tips every week.
Like we say, if you're going to sign up for a new sports book, don't just do it. Come to one of our websites, use one of our links. All kind of good deals going on, as you might imagine, for the Super Bowl. Both DraftKings and FanDuel doing Bet Five get 200 bonus bets. Um, Bet 365 doing a pretty nice one as well. Bet Five get 150 in bonus bets. So yeah, any of those three fantastic offers. Highly recommend y'all checking them out. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love on that.
Absolutely. Now let's get down into the game, man. I'm not sure how many people are going to be on the side. I know a ton of people are just kind of like, I don't want to be on a side in this. I think the NFL is rigged. I'm just going to play a bunch of props and be happy with this. But coming to this game, we've got the current lines this morning as of ESPN. Um, I don't know why I even use them when I do this. I guess because I'm on ESPN looking at team stat
Sure.
stuff, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
-1.5 spread for the Chiefs. Money line right now is -120. Even money for the Eagles, and the total has dropped down to 48.5. The Chiefs are 15-2, and the Eagles are 14-3. According to Sagarin, surprising to me, the Eagles had the 30th ranked schedule in all of football, so that's the third easiest schedule. While the Chiefs had the number 20th, so they didn't really have that hard of a schedule either all year. The offensive efficiency, then the defensive efficiencies kind of blew me away here. Um, Offensive efficiency for the Chiefs was number 8, while their defense was number 12. And then we look at the Eagles; they were number 4 offensive, and they were number 1 defensive.
Yeah.
Um, didn't really expect their offense to be up to number 4, but I guess I don't know why with Saquon. I guess just all the injuries they had throughout with the wide receivers and just had a couple bad games there. I didn't expect that, but then you dig a little deeper into Sagarin. Um, the special teams efficiency has kind of caught my eye here. The Chiefs are ranked 12th, while the Eagles are 27th. So that could play a role. I know you don't really like to cap special teams into games here, but that could be a telling factor there. And then Sagarin, they've got against the top 10 rated teams, which the Eagles are number 1 rated on Sagarin, and the Chiefs are number 6. The Chiefs are 6-1 against the top 10, and they're 8-2 against the top 16 teams. Where the Chiefs are 4-1 against the top 10 and 9-2 against top 16. So yeah, Mike, we're not getting a lot of love there. Everything's kind of even out there. Other than the Eagles being 1 and Chiefs being 6 on Sagarin, they're both pretty good against top 10 teams and top 16 teams. So, man, this just seems like it's going to be one of those games where whoever has the last possession is going to have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. I have no real feel at all for the side. I don't know if y'all saw my prediction article a couple weeks ago when this line come out. I picked a final score: Kansas City 24, Philly 23. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I really want to see Philly win this one here. I'm kind of like everybody else. Got a little bit of Chiefs fatigue. whole Taylor Swift stuff really annoys me. So I'll be pulling for Philly. But man, oh man, how do you bet against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and possibly a little bit of ref bias? We saw it so many times in that Buffalo game, the spot, they go back and change the spot, all that. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely tough as far as the side. As far as the total, I would lean under just because I think this could be a very slow start to the game. Usually Super Bowls start kind of slow. Both teams kind of feeling each other out like a heavyweight fight a little bit. Maybe a first half under if you just had to play it. I'm passing on both. Um, yeah, one way you might want to look though, I was thinking about this morning actually was maybe teasing Philly up with a 6 point teaser, getting it to plus 7.5, pairing that with you get the under at 54.5. So I think getting through those key numbers there with Philly's good. And like I said, I think it stays under, but even that I probably won't bet it. I've got plenty of props in my portfolio, not looking to push my luck any more than I already have with this game. So that's where I'm at, man. It's tough. It is definitely a tough call. I think the line's about right. It's kind of interesting though. 2 years ago, these teams played the Super Bowl. Philly actually closed 2.5 point favorite. Now, obviously, your teams are a little bit different now, not a whole lot, um, but it's just interesting. They've added Saquon, and yet now they're an underdog. 2 years later. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You got to feel it all for the side or total. It's just tough for me. I can't really pull the trigger either way.
Yeah, it's tough. I do think I'm gonna go ahead and play that teaser you mentioned. I think I like that a lot. I do think I thought about that earlier.
Getting plus 7.5 sounds juicy. Yeah.
What was plus 7.5? Is it in the minus 300s probably?
I don't know what it is by itself. I was just going by. I've got several books where I can play a 6 point teaser at minus 110 odds. So just moving the side one way 6 points, moving the total one way, another 6 points.
Yeah, I
Playing at
think
minus 110. There's other shops probably minus 120 as far as your domestic books, but even that's okay. Don't hate it.
no, I would be fine with that. Yeah, I like that a lot. I really do think I like the under 24 points in the first half.
Yes,
Um,
very good,
I
very
haven't
good.
taken it, but I think that's a good look.
Sure.
Um, the side,
Mm,
it's almost like you just if you're honestly if you really care about your bankroll, I mean, if you want to play it, fine. You really want to brag about later that you got it right, whatever. But is this really a spot you want to go wasting a bunch of money on because you could either be completely wrong or you're one of those people that's just like, oh, the refs are rigging it. The
yeah,
Chiefs are no way they're gonna lose. I'm gonna go hammer this $500 and then watch the Eagles win. So like it's tough to be on a side.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
I think I gotta be on the Eagles though, man. I just like where the kind of total package of Saquon. Um, I don't know. Then I start talking myself out of it because you got Spags on the other side. Chiefs absolutely have the coaching advantage. It's not even
Yeah,
close. I
yeah,
think
that's
the
it.
Eagles. Doesn't that's where I see this is where I talk myself out of the game because
Yep,
I think the Eagles are the team that are going to make the mistakes if there are mistakes made.
sure. I could see
I
it.
know a lot of props that people really like are both quarterbacks to go under an interception. I think I saw
Mhm.
both of them parlayed together, or there's a prop you can take for no interception in the game for like plus 200. I don't know. I we've seen Mahomes throw interceptions in the Super Bowl before and in
Yeah,
big
yeah,
games before.
yeah,
And those games are the games that they actually lose.
sure.
Um, the Eagles don't really intercept it a ton, so it's like one of those things where the odds are kind of good for both sides. People don't think Hurts is going to throw it a lot, but I actually think he is going to throw a lot in this game. Um, I don't know. It's just tough. I just think the Eagles are the team that's more prone to make a mistake. I can just envision like Saquon. I know everybody loves Saquon, but I can see him actually coughing up the fumble on a big
Sure.
play. Um, so that's why it's just so tough to take a side. I say the Eagles mainly because it's plus money. Like if you're gonna take a side in this, why not just take the
Yeah,
plus money? But then
sure.
the like Chiefs minus 120 is also not a terrible line for going for a three-peat. You just know how
Yeah,
tough it is to three-peat. Um,
yeah,
especially in this day and age, man. The Eagles really want to get them back. It's a revenge spot for sure.
yeah.
Um, I don't
So,
know, but we also saw the Chiefs beat the 49ers twice.
yep.
So clearly revenge doesn't matter. It's tough. I don't think I'm gonna be on a side. Maybe I will be swayed a little more before Sunday, and I drop a play for my members and my clients. But I don't know. It's just really tough. I think you're better just to kind of find a total. I love the total. I wish it could be 49.5, but I do think sharps have kind of pounded that down a little bit. I think maybe come like Saturday, we'll see a little bit more movement more towards it because I think public's going to get more involved, and I think public's going to think, and it's going to be an over basically because the last Super Bowl, these two teams, I think they both had 30 points,
Yep.
30 plus points. They might have been in the 70s in that game,
Yep.
if I can
We're
remember right.
Yeah, you're right.
Um, so I think people are going to look at that and just be like, "Oh, they're definitely going to score. They're going to see Saquon. They're going to think Mahomes can just is just going to pass all over." They may not know the Eagles' defense is pretty been really good since the last half of the second half. And I've always thought the Chiefs' defense is sneaky good.
Yeah, they
Spags
are.
can play a
Yeah.
really good game.
Yep.
And if they can shut down the run, they might be able to cause some problems with Hurts in them. I think we're going to see a lot of third down conversions in this game, or at least we're going to see a lot of third down positions in this game, which I think is going to slow down the game. I do think I don't see either team giving up a ton of explosive plays. The Chiefs are just better than that. They're not going to miss tackles. They're not going to allow Saquon Barkley to just do ridiculous runs. He might get one like 30, 40 yarder, but I don't see it, man. They're a lot more disciplined. They hit a lot harder. Um, yeah, I think the under is the play in this for sure. And I believe your total when you gave out your predictions right at 47. So I think the total's playable, honestly, down to I'd be safe with 47.5. But if you can wait till like right before game time,
Oh,
I think it'll bounce back before between 48.5, 49.5, and maybe you can get 49. Maybe we might get like see a push or something. So yeah, on the total for sure. I love. Um, outside of that, I don't know. Let's just ride props and have fun with the game.
exactly. That's what I'm doing, man. That's
I did
exactly
want to
right.
ask you one thing here. Um, because I got a buddy who really loves this. I believe he's cashed numerous. Like the last year was his first year he's missed in like 4 or 5 years, which is kind of
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
What color do you think the Gatorade's gonna be? I actually never bet this, but he somehow figures it out, man.
Doesn't that usually get leaked somehow? I think it gets leaked usually on X or something. That you
Maybe he's on. He is he's deep into Reddit, so maybe he finds it on
got
Reddit
somebody in the
somewhere.
locker
But
room that's telling you, the water boy's telling you what the Gatorade's going to be. I don't know.
you have any guesses for the
I
show and see if
have
we can get it right?
absolutely no clue. We'll go blue for like the Glacier Freeze Gatorade, maybe. I don't know. I
Okay,
have
okay,
no clue.
okay.
Could also see orange, but I don't know.
God, orange sounds good too, man. Now you're making me want to change my mind.
I'll go blue. That Glacier Freeze or whatever it is.
I think I'm gonna go purple. I just for some reason purple keeps sticking out to me, but dang it, now orange is like sticking in my head.
Oh, it's hard, man. It's like, how do you
Yeah,
know? I don't,
I'm gonna go with purple. You're gonna go blue. We'll both
yeah,
probably be wrong. Let's see
yeah,
what he
yeah,
says. I'll let you know what he says. He's probably gonna say
yeah.
yellow, so we'll be both be wrong.
And for the love of Pete, if you're gonna bet the coin toss, I know everybody wants to bet the coin toss in the Super Bowl. Find some books out there. Some books will let you bet it at straight up plus 100 odds, which is obviously 50-50 chance. If you can get that, that's okay because at least you're not a negative EV, not a negative EV wager at that point. But yeah, if you want to bet the freaking coin toss, at least shop around at what books will at least give you plus 100.
Yeah, I can't remember what books that you mentioned that. I was looking at this a couple days ago. I noticed a couple books were minus 105, and then a couple books were plus 100.
Yep.
So
Yep. There you go. There you
yeah,
go.
good tip. Let's do the rundown real quick. We're gonna go through the picks. Mike's picks were Devontae Smith over 48.5 receiving yards. Juju Smith-Schuster under 15.5 receiving yards, and I gave out Patrick Mahomes over 23.5 pass completions, and the longest field goal in the game to be under 49.5. Good down to 47.5 if 49.5 is no longer available. So yeah, good luck, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for watching. Mike, good luck on all your bets this weekend. I'm sure we'll be talking at some point. Enjoy the Super Bowl, everybody.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Wade. Good to see you, buddy. Be good.
See you guys.
Later.